let's look at, we will be seeing what is the target directory, and we will be seeing warehouse directory. And also guys, so I already have a document for you guys on the sqoop queries. So anyway, I'll be sharing that sqoop queries. Let me check that. Yeah, this one. Let me make it last. Move to, I want more like this. Yeah, this is a directory. This file I'll share with everyone. So here you have all the queries. Who wants to execute one after one, you guys can execute it. Okay, I will share this. Okay, I don't want to share it at this point now because I want you to do hands-on. So if you didn't do hands-on, then again it's problem, right? I want you to do hands-on. We have seen list databases, list tables, eval command we have seen. And using eval command, not only guys, not only small queries, you can also create a table, you can also insert the data, you can also update the data, you can do any operations using eval is like you are evaluating a SQL query on top of RDBMS, on top of RDBMS. So evaluating a query, what is the query you are passing here, that query you are evaluating on top of the RDBMS system. Look at here, I am deleting something from this, I'm deleting from some table. So it means using evaluate command, you can do any of, you can execute any of the SQL statements. Okay, so you can do validate, like you can just do validate, you can just update, you can just insert some records, you can do some, you can do any other operations using eval command, right? It is like directly you are doing on top of HDFS, sorry, on top of RDBMS, right? We have discussed just the import. Let's see, today I'm going to import something, and I'll going to show you the difference between the target directory and warehouse directory. Okay, sqoop import, sqoop import. Before that, uh, okay, anyway, target directory, we are creating our own directory, no problem. Import connect jdbc colon mysql colon slash slash localhost colon 3306 slash retail underscore db2 space hyphen hyphen username root hyphen hyphen password root username is password spelling wrong, and which table you want to download, table. So you can collect, you can take the table names from here. Let's say I want to get the categories, I want to get the categories into a specified directory. What is the default directory in sqoop? What is the default directory in sqoop? What is the default directory, guys? Where it will go defaultly?
Warehouse.
Warehouse. Who is that?
Gautami.
Gautami, it will go to, if it is a hive, then it will go to the default is a warehouse. It is a scoop, no, it will not go to warehouse. What is the default directory, guys? Your slash user slash username. We have seen yesterday, no? So when you didn't specify any folder, when you didn't specify any folder in HDFS, there is something called slash user slash your username. Let's say Gautami. In her case, our username is Gautami in the Linux box. Okay. Then, sorry, mouse. Then the table name. What are the table you are trying to, what are the table or what are the table you are trying to import? It will create like this. So in my case, slash user slash Hadoop one and another. So it will create directory like this. In that you will be having a table directory. Let's say departments. So default location of the scoop is your slash user username. slash user username. So here I don't want to it goes to the default directory. I want to specify my own directory. If it is a Hive, yes, that is true. In Hive, the default location is user Hive warehouse, then your table name, whatever you're creating. This is in Hive. This is in scope. Okay, please don't get confused here. Now I'm going to execute hyphen target directory. I'm going to specify you keep it in my own space, so you don't create wherever you want. So I'm specifying to create in my own location. So let's go back. So which location we will give? We can create our own directory. Training one. Inside the training one, I'll say category import. Okay, already so many files are there, but still slash training one slash category table. Category table. Now this directory is not exist, guys. Okay, this directory is not exist. You can look at here. The directory is not exist. Categories is there. Cat is there. Category table is not there. Okay. Now what does it mean? What I'm trying to do here, I'm trying to import the data into specified location. Is there anything else I need to give here? You can use delete target -dir. If the directories already exist, you can delete and recreate. So we have seen yesterday, right? By default, how many mappers will be launched? How many mappers will launch by default in scoop? 4.
For
Yep. So I strongly recommend while you're typing the queries, don't type on the directly in the terminal. Okay. I prefer you to type in somewhere in the some document, prepare some document and type there. So make that those scripts will be useful for you later. Okay, whatever you write here, it will be there in this terminal. But if you want to copy, you have to use up arrow copy, something you need to do. But first time only, while typing only, you just type in the text pad or somewhere and copy paste into the terminal. So let's go ahead and see whether the data is loaded or not. Refresh and go to category table. Yep, it's created. Inside that I have a data. Inside that I have a data. Okay, inside that I have data. All 4 mappers has launched, 4 records has been loaded here. Now same location, if I give one more time, let's say now different table I want to create, but in the same location. If you observe here, what I'm trying to tell you guys here, when you use a target directory, it is making use of the directory, whatever the directory you have given, under that the data is getting loaded. Look at here, category which I have given, under that the data is loaded. It is not creating a separate directory and loading. Okay, so normally before it was by whatever the table name it is there, it used to create a directory with a table name and it used to load the data in it. right? But when you give a target directory, what happened? Whatever the directory name you specified, inside that it is started putting the data in it, right? When you specify the target directory, when you specify your target directory, it is what it is done. It is, let's say how shown here, slash. Normally, if you didn't specify any target directory, what it will do? It will go to slash user, slash username, and department or categories. It used to create in this part file, part 1, part 2, part 3, part 4 used to create if I didn't specify any location. But if I specify location by using hyphen hyphen target directory, when I specify the target directly specifying slash whatever the location I feel, now in this location the part files are getting created. So here it is not creating any tab directory or folder with a table name. It is just creating under this. It means the target directory is nothing but the end directory, the end endpoint output directory. It is like you are giving your output directory. All the output data has to go inside this. There is something called warehouse directory. So this warehouse directory specifies that no, I have something. I want all the data has to go into specific directory in the. So let's say I have a table. How many tables are there? I have a category table. I have a department table. I have a customer table. I have address, order items. Now I want to create an HDFS under, let's say, slash training all tables. This is my folder. In this folder I want to create categories, and I want to create departments. I want to create customers. I want to create blah 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 like this. So this kind of scenarios, what we will do, we will go with the warehouse directory. We will go with the warehouse directory. Warehouse directory, all imported tables. This is my directory. Now when you import the categories, when I press enter, the directory will be, the data will be put it into all import direct all tables. That's the directory is not exist. It will recreate and it will put into that. Now I'm loading categories. Next I will load departments. Next I will load customers. So I can use any number of table names for the same directory location. It's taken some quite time. All imported tables, inside that category is downloaded. So now it's category. Next I will import something called customers or departments, whatever it is. Nothing changes. same path, same, everything is same, only table will change. Press enter. Okay, and look at guys here the commands. I'll just explain from here. You guys can execute them. These are very pretty simple and straightforward. So there is no complex no complex complexity in executing the things. So default location is your username and table name, and this is the how it will be importing. While importing, we already seen the how the boundary query will be calculated. We already saw that. Okay, you can see this is the primary key here. This is the primary key. Okay, without primary key. So if you don't have any primary key, what will happen, guys? What will happen? I don't have a table. So as I said, till today we have seen table with a primary key. I don't have a primary key. Is there any problem? It doesn't mean that if I don't have a primary key in my table, can I launch multiple lam mappers or not? If you don't have a
By
primary
default, it will go to split by column. Really.
by default,
It will go to split by column. I mean, it will take by split by column.
is it by default or you have to give? I mean, we have to give.
We have to give.
The split by column we have to specify, right?
Yeah.
The split by hyphen
Yeah.
hyphen split hyphen by we need to specify. It will not take
Yeah.
automatically. Let's do one thing. Okay. Um, let's create a table very quickly. With the two values is enough. ID, int, name, varchar of 30 or 40, whatever it is. I don't have any primary key here. Table is created. Insert into test values 1 comma 1 comma Hadoop 2 comma HDFS 2 comma again I'm giving 2 because it's not a primary key. Map reduce 3 comma hive again 1 comma 4 comma 7 rows are inserted. Seven rows are inserted. Now I want to import this table, test table. You can go ahead and see here the same location. Your department is also loaded. Now I'm going to load customers. So a test. What is the warning it is giving? What is the error it is giving? Your import tool. That's why I used to tell it is a tool or command. Why I'm telling it's a tool or command? The sqoop has the tools or command, right? I was telling it's kind of a tool. You can look at here. You can here's a base sqoop tool. These are the tools. We'll call as the tools. Look at here. When you don't have a primary key, what is the error message is giving? No primary key could be found for the table test. Please specify the hyphen hyphen split this. What does it mean, guys? Can anyone tell me what it is telling? Why it is required a primary key? Why it is required a primary key? Why it is required a primary key? Guys, yes, no, don't know, no comments. Please.
While import, it will search for min and max of primary key,
Why it will
which
search for
you specify.
why it will search for the min and max of the primary key? What is the reason behind it? Why? That's these are the things we need to understand. Okay, when we're preparing for interview, yes, we need to understand in this way, right? Why it will find the min and max? Hmm? Anisha, Anil,
Row ID.
Ganesh, Gautami. Oh no, why? Why it has to find the?
Why it has to find a
Tell me, guys.
tell me.
Because it has to take the metadata.
It has to take the metadata. Okay. I don't know what is.
Determine the row ID, row number.
Why it has to determine the row number and row ID?
Because
Split the
or
data and run into formats.
Someone's. Yeah, Sachin. Could you please repeat?
To split the data and group so it can be run in 4 mappers.
To identify the range. To identify the range. Yesterday we have clearly seen that, right? Now, if you don't have the primary key, even though if you have hundreds of columns, how my scoop knows? It's by default it will launch a parallel job. Okay, by default it will launch a parallel job, right? Now, if I don't have a primary key, how will I launch a parallel job? Whether primary key or not, I will forget about it. How will I launch a parallel job? Now, to launch a parallel job, the scoop use one algorithm. What is that algorithm? The algorithm says that you find the minimum value and maximum value of the primary key. Minimum value and maximum value of the primary key. If you find the minimum value and maximum value of the primary key, then number of, let's say 100 is your total number of records. 4 mappers has to launch. Now what I will do? 100 by 4, because 4 mappers has to launch. I need to segregate I need to divide the data into 4 parts. So total number of records by 100, max value, not the total number of records, guys. Here we need to understand one more point. It is not the total number of records. It is the maximum value of the record. It can be 1 record, it can be 10 records, it can be 100 records. If you have a sequence number from 1 to 100, your maximum value is 100. 100 divided by 4 tasks. It means each task will get 1 250. 250. This is what we discussed yesterday. Okay. Now let's say I have a records which is started from 1 and it's ended 100. So this whole data has to be divided into 4 mappers. So what we will do, the scope will smartly, the algorithm is max of id, the what, let's say this id column, max of id is 100. Okay, it is 100 divided by number of tasks. Like by default it is 4 tasks. It means each task will get 250 records. This is also not a number of records. This is also not a number of records. This is the maximum value. Okay. Now the range 1 to 250 range, whatever the record falls under this range, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all will fall under this range, will be processed by mapper 1. I'm talking about value, guys. I'm not talking about the number of records. And 251 to 500 range, what are the records are there that fall under map 2? 501 to, I mean, sorry, I have taken 100. Let's say I'm taking 1000 here. It's supposed to be 25. I have taken wrongly. 501 to 750 records will go to mapper 3. 751 to 1000, the range will fall under mapper 4. Yesterday I have shown it. Let's say you have, this is a number, these records are, let's say I have only 5 records or only 4 records. Let's see how it is. First record 100 ID, it is a first record ID is 100. Second record 110. Third record 200. Fourth record 250. Fifth record 1000. Now tell me guys, this is my ID. Which data will be processed by which mapper? Or all the data will go to single mapper, or this data will be divided to multiple mappers? Please tell me whether all 5 records will go to a single mapper, or 5 records will go to 4 mappers, or how it will go. If it is going to multiple mappers, which record will go to which mapper, which record will not go to, I mean, which record will not go which, I mean, how it will go. I mean, I just want to know that. I have only 5 records. Now these 5 records will go to single mapper or multiple mappers?
Going to be multiple mappers, Ravi.
It will be multiple mappers. How it will be multiple mappers?
So 100 to 250 is single mapper and 1000 is the second mapper.
Why it is 100 to 250 is why? How you calculated that?
By default, it's 4 mappers. It's launched.
Okay.
So 100 to 250 is already we have a max ID 1000 records.
Very good.
So
Not 1000 records, 1000 value. Value is 1000. Don't say record,
yeah,
it's a value.
Okay. So by default, it will launch 4 mappers. So 100 to 250 value it's going to be for first mapper, and that 1000 value is going to be the second mapper.
Second mapper. So what about third mapper and fourth mapper?
So we have only 5 records. We don't have other records, right?
No. Okay. Is there any, I mean, is she right? Or how many people support her? Anisha, Anil, Ganesh, Rakesh, Masood, Sachin. Guys, this is what we need to understand very clearly. I clearly mention here. First, in this scenario, it will find min of ID. What is the min of ID? Minimum value? 100. Max of ID? Max of ID? 1000. So now, as I said, your sqoop will apply the formula max number by 4 records. I mean 4 mappers. So it means each mapper will get some range, not the number of records, it's a range. Whoever falls under 1 to 250, the range, whoever falls under 1 to 250 range, that data will go to mapper 1, irrespective of, you may have a 250 records, or you may have 100 records, or you may have only 1 record, or you may have a 0 record. Next, 251 to the values, guys. This is value, ID value. ID value is 1, go to mapper 1. ID value is 250, go to mapper 1. ID value is 3, go to mapper 1. ID value is 300, don't go to mapper 1, go to mapper 2. Value, I'm not talking about the records. $751 to 1000. This is very much important. People will ask you in this kind of scenario questions. Now what's happening here? The 5 records in this scenario, this is my column, right? These are my values and columns, right? So this value 1 to 250 falls under whatever falls 100 mapper 1, 101 mapper 1, sorry 110, it's not 101, it's 110. 200 mapper 1 only, 250 mapper 1 only. Next value 251 to 500, is there any value? No, 0. 500 to 750, is there any value? No, 0. And 750 to 1000, is there any value? Yes, one value is there, that is 1000. Understand, Saraswati, now?
Yes, Ravi.
So you understood where you were I mean where you were lagging before, right? Now
Yes, but
hmm,
still, it's by default it will launch 4 mappers.
hmm.
It will occupy the space for that M2 and M3 mappers. It will occupy the space. Is there any? It's not affect to
It is
any
not
records
occupying
or
the
any.
space.
Okay, okay.
It is empty records. It will launch a task. Even see, it is assuming. So we are humans, we are seeing that okay, there is no 300, there is no 400, we can see. But how your task can see that? Your task will assume that, oh, if the 1000 is there, then maybe there may be 1 to 10, 200, 201, 300, 301, 400, 401 records may be there. So that's the reason it is launch a job. It is not smartly identify row by row, row by row, row by row whether 400 is there. No, it's not launched. It won't be like that, right? It will find the maximum value, smartly understand, oh, if 1000 is there, maybe all the records will be there. Then go ahead and launch 4 tasks. So let's wait.
Ported.
Any record come to the 251, fine. If any record didn't come, it's 0. Now let's see here. I have launched a job on this. So when I say, when I launch a job on this, is specifying, okay, this is a primary key case. This is a primary key case to find the boundaries. It's a primary key case to find the boundaries, right? Now fine, if I don't have the primary key, how will I do? If I don't have a primary key, what I need to done? So because if I don't have the primary key, since it is not able to identify, since it has to launch 4 mappers, so it is not able to find the boundaries. What we need to, being a developer, we need to give either mapper 1, we need to tell explicitly you launch only one mapper, you don't go for the parallel process, or you have to specify you split, you by default it is doing a split by primary key column. That's also split by only. Internally it was split by only. By default it was taking split by your primary key. Primary key. So now primary key is not there, it's not able to identify what will be my split by. You give that split by. You specify yourself. You specify yourself. Look at here. Look at here. That's what is clearly selling that. So during the import, no primary key could be found for a table test. Please specify with hyphen hyphen split by, or perform perform a sequential import with hyphen m, only one. It has to be one. So now I would like to go with the split by. Split by ID. Split by ID. But still 4 mappers I want. Let's see now. Where is the boundary query? So to solve this problem, you need to specify split by or number of mappers. Either you need to specify or you need to specify -n -m equal to 1. You need to either specify that or you need to specify this. Okay, so now it is trying to find the maximum this. Let's go ahead and see whether it is downloaded or not. It's launching. Seven records are imported. Test. One, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. So let's say now I'll specify split by column as a string. I'll specify name. So here I'll say string test. Otherwise it will say it will complain it's already exist. I'm splitting by, it's not number type. So number type, I know it will find the boundaries, minimum and maximum. If it is not a non-number, if it is a varchar, or if it is a textual type, what it will do? If it is a text type, what it will do? Okay, these are the things we need to understand. Even before also, yep, it's launching. Let's see whether it will launch or not. By the time you look at here, boundary queries find the minimum and maximum on the string type. So if I give min and max functions on the number textual type or string type, varchar type, what it will calculate? Same query you execute in how it is calculated. Minimum is this, maximum is this. Hadoop is the minimum and the sqoop is the maximum. How it is calculated? How it is calculated? Count or ASCII? How? Can anyone tell me? How? Data is downloaded. Let's go and see the data. I have created string test. Go inside. There is something called test. The data is distributed. See the first one. It came Hadoop, all Hadoop. And second one, I didn't find anything. And third, mapper. Fourth, I found something. Scoop and pick. How it has been calculated. So that's what I'm asking you to see this one. See this result and tell me. See this result and tell me. Anil, Anisha, Anil, Anisha. So normal SQL query. So when I did the minimum maximum on string type, how it is given me that? Anisha, Ganesh, Gautami.
It will go with the ASCII representation, like H comes first, so and S
ASCII
is the
representation.
last.
ASCII representation by character or complete word.
My first letter of the word.
If you observe closely,
I mean,
your answer almost is correct. Yeah, go ahead, Anil.
Is it by hash key value for each word over there? Hash algorithm will be generated.
No. If you guys see here, alphabetical order. Now, no ASCII, nothing. Alphabetical order. Sorting algorithm. Alphabetical order. Look at guys here. HA will come first. HD will not come. HI will not come. HB will not come. Hadoop will come first. And next, sqoop. S is the last letter. Sqoop will come last. So in that range, in the alphabetical order, when it is sorted in the alphabetical order, the minimum is the first character, or the first word is Hadoop, the last word is sqoop. In this range, whatever falls under that, 4 mappers.
So what if you have duplicates for that?
Sorry.
What if you have a duplicates?
So no problem,
Like
right?
let's say two
I'll show you.
Hadoops or two
Yeah,
scoops.
I'll show you that. Wait. I inserted now. I have total 17 records. Okay. Right. Now see this. Does it change anything?
But which
Anil,
record is it retrieving? But which record is it retrieving? Like, how do you know which particular record is it retrieving?
see, that's what
The
I'm trying.
latest one or the
No, that's what I'm trying to say. No, how does it matter whether you're fetching the Anil twice is came Anil? So which Anil is fetching? So how really it
See,
matter for it?
it will, right? When I want to retrieve only the latest record.
No, that's not your
See,
condition, right? No. Here, Anil, we need to understand we're importing the whole data. It's not like we're not importing whole data. We're importing whole data. So if you see this table, let me show you this. My mouse is not moving. Yeah. See here, this is my data. Now I need to import this data. Okay. When I sort this data, what will happen? Hadoop, HDFS. Let's say I'm not going alphabetical order. Let me go through alphabetical order. Hadoop, then HBase. Let me write it here if that's the case. Someone can make a note of it. Or else let me do one thing. To make clear your answer. Okay. To make you clear. Okay. So alphabetical order, how it will come? Hadoop will come. HBase. Sorry. HBase. Next is HDFS. Because twice a similar record. That's why I'm also taking. Next, Hive. Next, Pig. And last one is Sqoop. Now tell me. Now this is my sorting order. I'm importing this. In this, minimum and a maximum I'm finding. Whether I'm finding minimum maximum for this or this Hadoop or maximum for this sqoop or this sqoop, is really to make any difference? will it really make a difference in the alphabetical order? Don't think in other way, like it is tied with some other employee ID.
If it is, yeah, if it is only in alphabetical order, no, it doesn't make any difference. But I was thinking in a different way, like when it is
For
when we want to.
importing I don't need to worry about anything else, right?
Okay.
So, I mean, that's what I'm trying to say here. Let's say now, let's execute the same query. Let's execute the same query one more time. Similar output only will come, but it will, this time number of records will be more. Here if you see generating splits for the textual index column, if your database sorts in case sensitive order, look at here, that's why I copied here. If your database sorts in case sensitive order, this may result in the partial import or duplicate records. So you are strongly encouraged to choose integral split column. What it is telling warning? If your database is supporting sort based on the case sensitive or case insensitive, actually what is happening here? It is sorting the data then importing the data. It is sorting then importing it. So, but it's not really recommended. So you may assume for the MySQL it is working this way. So you move to Oracle. So Oracle difference is small letter, small Hadoop and capital Hadoop. It's a differentiate. Let's say both are two different. In sorting order, it will take all capitals first and all smalls next. That's where, right? So if you see sorting order for MapReduce, all symbols will come first, then capital letters will come next, then small letters will come next. If that such kind of sorting algorithm is implemented in your database or case sensitive or case insensitive type, you may end up with some duplicate records. Like you are expecting all Hadoop has to go in one place, but there may be a chance small Hadoop will go in other place and capital Hadoop may go in other place, other place in the sense other file. Done. 14 records has been imported. Let's go ahead and see here. String 1 test 4 mappers. Look at here. Hadoop, HDFS, Hive, HBase, Hadoop, Hadoop, Hadoop. See, it means all H came into the single mapper task. Next, anyway, this is 0 because that range it didn't find any value for that range. Let's see this. MapReduce twice. And fourth one, sqoop pick. Sqoop pick. Understand, right? What I'm trying to explain here? Is this point is clear? Is this point?
Veera,
Yeah.
yeah. So if it is just taking by alphabetical order, then how exactly the division happens among the 4 mappers?
So now alphabetical, when it goes to alphabetical order, we have a 26 alphabetical order, right? I mean 26 characters.
Yes.
I mean 26
Yes.
as our alphabets. So it's dividing by 4. Like now whoever comes in that range, it will go to the first. Whoever comes in that range, it will go to the next. So it will be ordering that order.
Basically, then it is taking the ASCII value for each character, right? At least the starting character
No,
of the word.
I don't think it's a starting. It's not ASCII code. Let's say if it is ASCII code, what will happen? Your small a ASCII code and capital A ASCII code is different. Correct.
Oh, okay.
In that case, it should go differently, right?
Yeah, yeah. Okay, okay. I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Yeah. So that's it for today, guys. So tomorrow, I think most of the options we already seen. Okay. I thought today we covered one very small topic, but we discussed much important things. Let me. Gautami and Saraswati, are you guys clear?
Yes, Ravi.
So what we have seen warehouse directory, and where class we have seen yesterday. So, okay, where class also we have seen where class, right? Guys, if I miss anything, please let me know. Okay, I don't mind to explain one more time. Where class, columns, target directory, table, split by, merge by, and all. It's not required at this time. At this anyway, number of mappers and query and direct we have seen yesterday, right? And columns. What are the columns I want to fetch? Check and fetch only specified columns, right? Along with this, there is something called incremental import. We'll be talking tomorrow about incremental import, and inside increment, this is most important thing. This is the most important thing for interview prospective. We'll be talking more about this and this. And coming to field terminated with this, right? Coming to your hive and all, you guys can easily do it. It's very straightforward. There is no complexity in this. So while creating a table, you can create a hive table, you can create a hive database. These exercises you guys can do it, take it as an assignment and do it and send me. And anyway, the document also contains the solutions for them. And HBase we'll see later, because anyway HBase we not yet covered, so we'll see the HBase. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be completing your incremental import and formats, like let's say now I'm getting the comma separated. I don't want a comma separate, I want a different separator. What I'll do, okay? And input and closing also. So input and closing also. And also I would like to tell you one more thing here. You guys have access to this. I hope everyone has access to this. Big data solutions. In that you have something called nodes. In that you have something called sqoop. You have sqoop doc. I strongly recommend you guys go through complete nodes, this document. Go through this document. This is really important. This is really good as well. Okay, I have collected from somewhere online. It's really good. Please go through this. Okay.